Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Darkest Dungeon 2. Now, one of the things that's cool about when you purchase new items that can drop either for use in battle, at the inn, or stagecoach items, or trinkets, is that you get those for use in your next immediate run. So what you're doing when you purchase what we did with the Candles of Hope, which was the only choice available, is just basically unlocking the potential for new types of items to become available in our game. So very much like in, Slay the Spire, when you get new cards or something, or new relics, now they can drop. Now they're a part of your game. And it's a new calculation that you get to work toward, and it can create new combos and builds. Now, of what we got, we can't install this pot and still stagecoach item. We can push Z to open the stagecoach, or just click down here. We can't do this until we get to the inn, as we talked about. This item right here, we're going to try it on Paracelsus because her knife looks serrated, but I think that they might imply that we have some other serrated trinket equipped. A lot of the times, trinkets will combo with each other, so you just have to kind of keep an eye on that. But I want to see if this actually does trigger. And combat skills, equip combat item. Oh no, that's just normal. This would be the last thing to equip, which is the invigorating intoxicant. And this would be like, do we want to bring somebody who's on death's door? Do we want to help them out with this? Now, I don't want to give this to Paracelsus because Paracelsus will probably be trying to heal them. So instead, we could just give this to Audrey. And now we have all of our new stuff equipped. All right, and let's go ahead and make a march. Going forward on the map, you can see there are no options for us. We just have to go straight. So I'm going to go through this village and hit all of these leaf fun times. And here's the bridge. A change in the air. All right, I'm going to stop. And all that there is right now is the barricade and then an inn. Okay, let's go for it. So we'll get into a little scrum right here, but let's get the leaf pile.
The bulwark of your denial is giving way.
It's quite the bulwark. All right. So again, we have a combo or a battle here, but there's 3 lost souls. I think the last time we fought 2. Now, if we hold Alt over them,
We learn upon closer inspection.
I love that the narrator interacts with the fact that I did closer inspection on an enemy. That's awesome. So I just am holding Alt while having the mouse over this lost soul to take a look at him. And remember again, these do not have death door capabilities, so these will die when we hit them to lethal. And they are strong against the blight, which changes some of our calculus with Paracelsus. And I'm going to duelist advance on this middle one. I'll show you why in a moment. Alright, and the guy's attacking us. We got the blight, which is a shame. Now, the reason I attacked this one right here was because I'm going to do flashing daggers this time with Audrey. I haven't done it yet. This is an AoE. It's going to hit both of them, and I want to make sure that we are focusing on this one as well. There we go. Reason I'm doing that is because they have a higher blight resist. It'll probably still work, but I don't like the fact that they have that high blight resist. And remember, the gold bar under the enemy's health means that they still get to act. So if we could kill this guy before he got to act, that would be tremendous. We can blind them, the guy in the back, but we're going to kill him so fast that it's not necessarily that valuable. So what I'm going to do is just try to put blight on the guy in the middle. I can't hit this guy in the 3rd position. Yeah, and he did resist it, as we were afraid of. And then there we go. So that's what we were looking at, is Dismas or perhaps Barristan to finish that guy, but he's gone. Now notice how his... Let me see something really fast. He did Filthy Mortal. Okay, that's why. So he did filthy morsel, this attack, and it moves him forward. And so that's why his bone pile is up in the front. Usually in the game, this is an extreme annoyance, where if there's a pile of the enemy's remains taking up position, it means that you can't target some of the enemies, and usually parties have a harder time hitting the third and fourth position. So sometimes you have to actually just attack these to clear them out. And that's why I was kind of confused, like, why is he was in the third position, why is his body over here? But no, in the riposte animation, he was actually moving forward. We just didn't get to see that happening, really. And so he moved up and did that. So now we need to finish this guy. Now, luckily for us, Barristan's Crush does hit positions 1, 2, and 3. So we can take a swing. Oh, we got that guy, what, 1 health? That's brutal. At least he resisted the second stack of Blight. Okay. So he's been blinded by the flame and has an impressive 1 health. What I'm going to do is not worry about this guy because pretty much everybody can hit him. I'm going to focus on hitting this Lost Soul in the third position with people who can actually hit back there. Audrey's our specialist for at range combat. Now, if I do Thrown Dagger, it'll be guaranteed to do the most damage. I could try Poison Dart and sneak something in there, but they have that high blight resistance, so I'm just going to do this. Now, another reason I'm not going after this guy at the moment is because he's not on the turn order. We can see Dismas, Paracelsus are going to get to act, and then this guy acts, and this guy's not even on the radar yet, so I'm just going to throw back there, hoping for a crit, of course. Alright, so what we'll do at this point is oh, I guess I'll slice this guy, finish him with Dismas. Now, crits are fantastic. Nothing happened there, but very often when you get a crit, you will relieve people's stress, or people might have a positive affiliation or relationship gained because of it. Nobody has any stress to relieve, so that didn't happen. But people usually feel great when you get crits, and conversely, they feel the opposite effect if crits are landed against your party. Alright, so I want to hit this guy in the back. All I can do with Paracelsus is throw her blinding gas back here. But if we get blind, it's a big deal, because this is a 50% chance right there to miss, and then riposte triggered, and, you know, thankfully, they did Filthy Morsel, so they moved way up to the front, which means we can hit them with a wider array of abilities. And I'm going to actually try to... Now, I'm going to Rampart. Okay, well, we win.
Another impediment, cleared with impunity.
Oh, did we get a mastery point? We did. Okay, so this is part of, must be part of the tutorial. Just for doing that, we got 5 mastery points before we go into the inn. Mastery points are incredible. What these, as it says right here, you invest these at the inn. There's a trainer at the inn you can spend these on to upgrade your hero skills. So, for example, Blinding Gas, Duelist Advance, Thrown Dagger, all of the abilities that we have right now with our characters, we can actually master them, and they just become more powerful. They become more efficient, like they do more damage, they have a higher crit chance, they have more effects that they do, things like that. It's always a good idea. And you can click on this to get the further point. Mastery points are earned mostly through combat victories. You don't normally get 5 for an easy battle like that, but I think they're just want to demonstrate to us what these do. So this is a huge windfall of mastery points. Now, just to be, it's important to note, you can master a skill once, and that's it. So you do it, and it's mastered, and there's no more upgrading it beyond that, at least that I've seen in the game. Now, if you die, or if you start another run, all of your hero's skills will start out with no mastery, and you have to kind of remaster them. But that's part of the roguelike. It's like choosing which skills for your combination, for which part of the game you're going into, do you want to have mastered, that you think give you the best benefit. And we're getting some rural riches, some baubles, and some relics. We'll take it all. It was really easy for us. It's great.
Are you shaken? There is so much worse in store.
I'm shaken in, I'm afraid. Barristan is a little bit of a low health, but by the time we get to the inn, he's going to restore all that health. Now, they're telling us what baubles are, and this is very useful. Again, the archive is so good. If you're ever wondering, eventually the game will explain everything to you, and you can check this at any time. So baubles are used to purchase trinkets, stagecoach items, and repair the stagecoach. So you don't buy in items or one-time consumable combat items. You buy trinkets and stagecoach items with baubles. And they come in different forms in each region, just, for flavor. But they spend the same. However, it is worth noting, as it says right here, they take up different stacks in your inventory. So if you sandbag them across different regions in the game, then you're going to be kind of bogged down with baubles in your inventory. So it's just a kind of inventory management game. And then relics we got here, which is this kind of like gold square. This is like basically just money, dollars, and it buys most supplies, and you get them a lot. So you can see if I push inventory at the bottom, I have 58 relics, 5 mastery points, and 20 baubles. I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to break this leaf pile, and oh my gosh, we're going around the bend. And oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, and go over here. And yikes, we made it. Alright, we're at the inn. My favorite place.
The familiar hearth crackles invitingly once again.
See, so this is the Torch and Crown, and you get to different inns, different areas, and this is a different innkeeper. And this innkeeper actually looks like you might want to stay here. He's got the candle to illuminate. He's keeping his coin purse close, but that's fine. He's got a, affable-looking pipe. He is weathered, but everybody in this game is weathered. Now, we got 2 candles just for doing that. So, pretty easy access to candles right there. And we're going to click continue. All right, so now we have actual options at the inn that we didn't have before. We can end the expedition, which we don't want to do. We can go to the provisioner, all right? And it's actually not badged, but we haven't...
Spend what you can, or wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
It did. Calm down, dude. Now, this guy, the innkeeper, will sell you stuff, and the color of the portrait helps you understand what kind of an item it is, or the border of the portrait, I should say. So this radiant flame right here, this thing is free, and you can get it right here and attach it to your stagecoach. And this is a choice that you want to make, which is, would you like to have a 5% increase in positive relationship chance, a 5% boost to crit, and lose your flame at a 25% less clip when you're traveling, at the expense of 15% less candles of hope found? So it's the classic question of risk-reward. Do you want to get more candles, but have some less bonuses? Now, I'm going to say I'm a very cautious and conservative player, all right? So I like this. I liked playing at full torchlight in the first game, and I like this because positive relationships are so strong. 5% crit boost is ridiculous, and losing the flame less just makes you have to stress out a little bit less as you're going. So I don't personally feel that 15% less chance to get Candles of Hope is a staggering reduction. So I like this. However, if you want to get more Candles of Hope faster to level up your account, and you don't feel that these positive benefits justify the loss to Candles of Hope, then don't take this. But I'm going to take it. And then we can buy combat items, okay, which are these red bordered items. And these are ones that you equip on your heroes and you can use in battle. Remember, it's a free action. And some of them are quite incredible. Bandages remove bleeding and heal you. Very, very strong. Glimmer of Hope, we're going to buy this immediately, and I'll explain to you why. If you recall, I'm going to push escape, And I'm going to click on Paracelsus. And let's see if I can find this. Conditions. Here we go. You'll notice how in the Conditions tab, this inn gives -10 positive and -10 negative relationship chance. It's pretty funny. But look at this. The hero goal for Paracelsus is to use a Glimmer of Hope twice. So we want to make sure we buy the Glimmers of Hope so we can use them and just get 2 candles. And you want to check everybody's hero goals while you're in the inn to see if there's a particular consumable item or thing that you need that you can get here. Land a killing blow on pillagers, so we want to fight pillagers. Enter the Tangle, so if a Tangle is a choice for us to go to, we want to go there for Barristan. And visit the Hoarder, which is just something on the map that you'll recognize if you played the first game. When you see his face right now, this is fine. And I'm going to just close this up, and I'm going to look at the tooltip for the Provisioner. It says right here, the Provisioner offers a limited amount of supplies that can be purchased for relics or baubles. The selection varies each time you reach an inn. So, right, you don't know what you're going to get. Now, if you close the Provisioner screen and open it back up within the same inn, it doesn't re-roll it or anything like that. It's still the same stuff. Now, what do we want? We bought that. That's great. And you can just learn what these different items are. We definitely want these. So I'm going to buy 1 for 3, or you can double-click on them. I need at least 2. I'm just going to buy 2 for right now. These are great, Glimmer of Hope, just because they give you 15 flame. So if your, torch on your stagecoach is going down, you could just use these babies in combat, free action, to boost up your flame, and it will help you, potentially blind the enemy and all of the effects that you get for your flame level. So I like these a good bit, but I'm not going to go crazy and buy a ton. They're pretty cheap as well. What do we not have? So we don't have any anti-venom, which could be very useful for removing blight. We don't have any bandages for removing bleed. Very nice. Burn salve for removing burn and healing. We could also get laudanum if we want to help people get de-stressed. The smoke bomb blinds an enemy, and this is something you can use. The slime mold. This is an inn item. You notice how the portrait is this kind of like green. These are things you use at the inn. Now the slime mold heals you, but it has some other nasty, potentially nasty, or potentially positive effects. In the sense that you could get diseased, or you could get a quirk, right? And we don't really want a disease or a negative quirk, but it could work out. This gives you burn resistance until the next inn. So if you use this for the whole run until you get to the next inn, you get a boost to burn resistance. Very useful if you know that that's going to be an issue. Now here's the whiskey flask. 2 targets get a positive pip of relationship. The playing cards give you a 75% chance as a party to get a positive pip, or a 25% chance to get a negative relationship for everybody. These help you against disease. And this, let's see, taunt. So if you want to use the Book of Creative Insults, we already have one on Barristan. It just gives him a 5% chance to take the hits, which can be useful if you're trying to stay alive. Now, we don't have enough bauble points to buy the storage trunk, which is super awesome. It gives you more inventory slots on your stagecoach. But we do have enough to purchase some of these trinkets. And I usually don't buy trinkets unless I feel that it's insane. Like, this makes you go faster at the expense of your health, but I'm going to save up for some stagecoach stuff. Now, what I am going to buy, I'm going to buy bandage, and I think it's worth it to buy more than one of a consumable because they stack, and when you equip it on your hero, they get the stack. So you can, have 2 to use in battle, for example. Let's see. Do I want burn salve? I know I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's buy just enough for everybody to have 1. Okay, that's good. Now, as far as in items go, I want the whiskey. And I'm going to buy the whiskey with the rest of my money. I'm just going to spend all of my money. Now, this is your choice what you want to buy or not buy. And I'm going to push escape. And you can right-click on Barristan, for example, and you can go over to relationships, and you could see that everybody is at, like, just right in the middle, 9 out of 10, or 20, rather. And we want to move up and get good relationships with everybody. So to do that, we could say, all right, let's use the whiskey flask. So you basically click on the whiskey flask, and then it says select 2 recipients. And I select Barristan and Dismas, and they drink together, and then they both get a relationship boost together. And then I'm going to use another whiskey flask on Audrey and Paracelsus and just boost them up. Just, starting to work toward a gain in relationship. Now, I'm going to go to the next tab on the bottom, and in the bottom left of the HUD, you'll see the kind of options for the inn, and these are arrows moving forward until it's time to leave the inn. I'm going to go to the Mastery Trainer, and you can do these.
However painful, is the greatest teacher of all.
You can do these in any order. So, and you can go back to the Provisioner, or you can go to the Wainwright and back to the Mastery Trainer at any time until you leave the inn. So don't worry about doing these in order. So you can see right here we have 5 mastery points to spend. Here's Barristan's skills, and we can switch between anybody. The pool of mastery points is shared between everyone. So what I like to do is raise people's skills, at least 1 skill for each person, and I pick skills that I use the most to get the most benefit, or if there's something that I know is really, really good for helping me in a pinch. So I love Duelist Advance, and if you mouse over it, you can see how it will improve. It tells you on the top 2 bars underneath where it says melee and has the positional pips. In gold, it shows you what it will upgrade to. So the damage goes from 3 to 5 to 4 to 6. The crit chance doubles. It gives you another stack of riposte. It also gives you a stack of dodge, which is insane. So it's like Dismas will get to retaliate or counterstrike 3 times, and he'll get 50% boost to dodge if he's attacked. So it just makes this ability do more damage, help Dismas with some survivability, and get you more retaliation. So I really, really like this because I love this ability. So I'm going to, you have to hold the mouse button down to choose this, and then it's mastered. And once the skill is mastered, you'll see this little kind of blue mountain triangle man on the bottom to tell you you've done it. Now I'm going to switch to Audrey, and I'm going to upgrade Poison Dart with Audrey. I love Poison Dart because I feel like damage over time is so strong in this game, and this makes it so it doubles how much damage per turn they take from the Blight, and it damages the initial point of damage they take from this, and doubles the crit chance. So I really enjoy this. I'm going to do that. For Paracelsus, I'm going to actually come back to Paracelsus. I'm going to go to Barristan. What do I like with Barristan? I really like Rampart because it has some crowd control abilities, and it helps me change position with Dismas because I want to do Duelist Advance a lot. So once Dismas gets into that first position, he can't do Duelist Advance again unless he moves. So we don't have point-blank shot yet, unfortunately, to just move Dismas back on his own. So Rampart allows Barristan to come back from that second position, go into the first position, and look at this when it upgrades. It does more damage. It also then will stun a target that's been comboed. So if there's a target that has combo, it doesn't just daze, it stuns. It'll take their entire turn, which is phenomenal. I like that quite a bit. But Bolster is also a very, very strong choice to upgrade because this is one of our few stress relievers in this party composition, and it's actually our only targeted stress reliever. Audrey can do her own, I think, with her Absinthe, but as far as like not using an item, this is it. And this gives you, it doubles it. So you can reduce your stress by 2 and the stress of an ally by 2 and remove weak. It also gives him a guard. So it's very, very strong. Remember that you do have to have 5+ stress. So I'm not going to take this right now because nobody is that stressed out. And I don't anticipate that until, by the time we get to the next inn. I think we'll be fine. So I'm actually going to upgrade Rampart like that. And now I'm going to go back to Paracelsus. And I have 2 mastery points. I think I'm going to spend 2 mastery points on Paracelsus because Paracelsus is our kind of support character. And if I upgrade the heal changes basically at this point so that you heal more, and it removes bleed, blight, and burn from Paracelsus herself. So it heals more on an ally, and it helps both Paracelsus and the ally remove a damage over time. So if you get swept by something or it's spreading around, this is like a 2-for-1. It's incredibly good, and just having extra healing is something that I enjoy. You don't need this until you need it, as they say, but might as well have some extra healing, so I'm going to take that. And then here are the choices between, do you want a bigger noxious blast or a more powerful blinding gas? And in my opinion, both of these are fantastic, but I like, if we upgrade this, you'll see that the blight goes to 6 damage per turn. Combined with the way that we took blight with Audrey, this is just going to make us be able to put a ton of blight on like a really hard enemy so that it is taking damage every turn to help us get through it faster. So I personally like blight a lot. There are certain enemies that are just strong against blight and will counter that, but that's okay. So this is how I decided to spend my 5 mastery points. You can, of course, spend them however you like. Now, once you're done, let's go to the Wainwright.
Each improvement, a new variable in the equation of your fate.
The equation of my fate, indeed. And here, we get to equip both the Radiant Flame, if we choose, and the Pot and Still. There's no negative to the Pot and Still beyond the fact that it takes up a slot on our stagecoach. We don't need to repair the wheels or the armor because we're at full, but just note the cost. It's 8 baubles to repair a wheel or an armor. Now I'm going to double click this and you see it goes right here.
Be off. The mountain will not be denied.
I bolted it. All right. And then I'm going to double click this and it says once equipped, it cannot be removed during this expedition. So it is telling you, hey, you have to keep that on there. Now, again, I like having this on there, so I'm going to go with it.
Radiant light will suffuse you with the strength of your convictions.
My convictions are strong. And let's check out the Wainwright. It's the only place where you can install or remove stagecoach items. Indeed. You can drag them or you can double click them and repair. So we talked about that. Mastered skills. Each hero has 1 upgrade level. Correct. And you master it. Mastered skills can yield dramatic results. Spend your points wisely. They're shared amongst the entire party. Yes, we talked about that. And then the Mastery Trainer is the only place where you can do this. So you can only do this at the inn. She's there every time, though. And I always spend the points. I never really sandbag them. I don't see the reason to. Okay, so now we've done everything, and it's time to go to select route.
The first of many forks in the road. Choose your path and ride out unbowed.
So now we get into more of the roguelike element of the game where you get to choose which region you want to go into. Do you want to go into the sprawl or do you want to go into the tangle? And there's different enemy types, different threats, different environmental interactions with each choice, but it's beyond just the fact that, what enemies am I going to fight in the tangle or the sprawl. It's also, you have to think about what is the reward for picking this, and what is the goal for this particular. So this says right here, you can see this is civilization, which means there's 100% more hoarders, there's 100% more academic studies and caches. So civilization means there's people here. So you're going to find more people to interact with on the map. The way is lit just means like you get more scouting and you get more assistance encounters, which are the people on the side of the road. So both of these are very good. And then down here, this is the goal, no time to bleed. So if we don't go to the field hospital, we get 3 candles, which is amazing. So I don't think we'll need the field hospital. Let's not go there. Now it says right here, region choice. You got to select which region. Each region has different enemies and challenges. and your party may be better equipped to deal with one over the other. So, like, for example, when I was talking about the fact that I just loaded up on Blight, one of these choices might be better or worse against Blight. Undead usually are not affected as much by the Blight, so you might be like, well, the Sprawl is going to have, more enemies that I can hit with the Blight. That's something to consider, but there's many pieces of the puzzle to making this decision that we have to consider. Reason choice 2, regions have a condition and a goal. The condition tells you what special game effects are in place for that time only. The goal gives you an optional accomplishment to aim for. If you successfully complete the goal, you'll be given the reward once you arrive at the next inn. So as long as we make it to the next inn, we get 3 candles plus the 2 candles for getting to the inn. So we get a windfall of candles. Now, this is just part of the randomness of the game. This condition and goal is different every time. But the final thing is, I want to remind us that we need to go to the Tangle. I believe it's Barristan's hero action. So if we go here, he will give us candles just for going to the Tangle. So that's there. But also, you see how we get 100% hoarders? I'm pretty sure, and we can go back to the inn by just pushing escape and right-clicking on Barristan, and let's just check his condition. His hero goal is the Tangle, and if we also look over here at Dismiss, he wants to visit a hoarder. So we have a 100% chance, double the chance of seeing more hoarders. So we need these two. So both of these are going to gain a benefit. Now, I think pillagers might actually be more likely in the Sprawl, but I can't recall. And you'll just have to learn as you play what types of enemies are going to be in each region. Or you could just, Google it if you wanted to. But I like to just kind of figure it out on my own. So everything tells me to take the Tangle. Barristan gets a boost. We might get Dismiss. And there's 3 candles. So I like this quite a bit. So I'll select it.
Mud and rain, resignation and death. This land is truly barren.
It's fine. Okay, and then you just select right here where it says rest the Tangle. And it says rest for the night and then journey onward. But from this point, you can't go back to the provisioner or do anything else at the inn. You're just going to move ahead. And we don't have anything else to do, so I'm just going to say yes. All right, and then from this screen, it's a cool shot of your people kind of on the back porch of the inn, looking out. There's your stagecoach getting ready to go, and you say, embark. All right, so we got the hero goal right there. So we got the 2 candles for Barristan. So now it's telling you, outside of the valley, the road becomes more complex. To see what lies ahead, open the minimap with M, or you can click it over here. Map details. It shows you the road ahead as best you know it, right? So a lot of it's not clear what's going to be there. And this is very similar to the first game, where you had to kind of like move around in the random dungeon to discover what will be. And if you can scout, you'll know what's going to be in the hallway, what's going to be in the room, and it gives you more information. Locations that you can visit are shown by icons. If a location is scouted, it'll tell you exactly what's there, but if it's not scouted, it has a question mark. Scouting, your party has a base chance to scout each location when you enter a new region. Different stagecoach items can help you scout more reliably. Also look out for watchtowers, which will reveal all remaining unscouted locations in that region. Indeed, they will. And road objects. Every road, even road detritus, can sometimes yield useful supplies. Crash through debris to find loot. And this is what we've been doing. Crashing through the leaf piles. Now, the road detritus changes in this region, so there's going to be like these piles of wood and items and things, just whatever it is. Fear not, the stagecoach is built with strong stuff. None of these will ever damage your stagecoach. If your stagecoach gets damaged, it's by a road hazard, not by one of these.
War. Rewards only. Resignation.
Fantastic. All right, so I'm going to click on this to just clear the goal. And here's the map. So here's where we are. And we could choose to go middle, right, or left. Now, if we go to the right, you'll see that there's a hazard, so we lose an armor. Then we'll get to a layer. There's a cache. There's a cache. Here's a candle. We don't know. There's a hospital. So we know we need to avoid the hospital for the goal. And Watchtower, Oasis, Hero Shrine. We want the Hero Shrine always prioritized. At least in my opinion, you really, really want Hero Shrines. We'd love to find hoarders. Here's one. So it looks like this left path is really doing great for us. So I'm just going to hang left. This is an Oblivion tear. Loathing is something we haven't yet talked about. We don't want it. So at least I don't right now. And it's a risk-reward thing. And we'll see it and talk about it more when we get to it. But I'm going to hang to the left. We don't know what's here. We'll get a cache of supplies, which is awesome. We don't know. Candle, don't know. Then we'll get a Hero Shrine, which we want. Don't know. Now, there is a rough wheel patch, which stinks, but we have to take that to get the Hero Shrine, so we'll lose our wheels. Then we have this. We got to take the Hoarder. Everybody gets... You're going to get loathing guaranteed past this point. Then we come here, and we get the Academics Study instead of the Creature Den. And then we go here, and we will be at the Oblivion's Rampart, where we're going to have to fight cultists, which are like kind of like a mini-boss. They're just tougher enemies. Think tentacles. And then we go over here to the inn. Alright, I like that a good bit. I'm going to close the goals and conditions. And I'm going to leave the map up for us for right now. And just going to plow ahead. Okay, close that. And we're going to go to the left. So at that point, you have a choice to make.
Supplies this way, if you can make it.
Now, oh yeah, speaking of supplies, let's equip all of our stuff.
Is the flickering torch you bear.
We need to equip Glimmers of Hope so we can use these with Paracelsus. And let's go over here. She's got this, but this is pretty much garbage. I don't want that. I'll give her Anti-Venom. And then I'll give Dismiss Bandages and Burn Salve right there. Alright, now your people might react differently, so we have some stress now to the choices that you take for which path you choose. I don't, a lot of the times there's just random reactions that people are going to have. Oh, we got some stuff right there. And Paracelsus liked it, so relieved the stress by hitting that pile of debris. I take the path that I think is the most helpful. What you're going to notice in this game is there are certain actions that you're going to do people just aren't going to like, and you have to do it anyway because it's part of your plan, and you just can't avoid. You can't make everyone happy all of the time. Remember, this game is about making the best of a bad situation. So you're going to have bad stuff, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to kind of deal with it. Now, if it's prohibitively bad, well then, we might make a change, but this is fine. So look at this. These are actually pillagers. So what I said earlier about pillagers being in the sprawl, they might be there, but they're definitely here too. So if she gets the killing blow on these pillagers, we are going to be in a spot where we give her hero condition. We activate it and get some extra candles. So I'm going to go ahead and Duelist Advance. Remember, we mastered this. And I want to focus on the crack shot. Usually the ones that do range damage are more damaging. Low blow. Oh, we dodged it. How about that? Alright, and I'm going to poison dart this guy. Give him the blight. These guys are not good against the blight. Hit in the back there, unfortunately, against our good friend. Now, you could see the crack shot has 5 health and is going to take 4 damage for 2 turns. So I'm not going to hit that individual because I want Audrey to get the kill shot. So I'm just going to use my Rampart against this Hatchetman in the front, bap him, and he resisted being moved, but he did get dazed. So this will give me the opportunity. I'm not going to use Glimmer of Hope, even though there's a part of me that's like, I want to use this as fast as possible. I want to use it when it's actually going to affect our flame. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Noxious Blast on this friend. Alright, and now it's the next round, and Paracelsus actually just gets to act again, which is awesome. So this guy's going to get to go before Audrey, which I don't like, but I really want to try to get the hero rewards, so I'm just going to let that happen. And I'm going to throw another blast right here. This guy is dead from the blight. Alright. And I could just do nothing. But might as well just lock in killing this guy. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and Throne Dagger right here. Death Blow.
A promising development.
Promising indeed. And if I click on her, you could see that she landed the killing blow on 1 out of 2 pillagers, so it keeps track of that for you. And now at this point, let's just go ahead and bap this guy. It's over.
One less obstacle in our path.
Boom. What did we get? We got 4 relics, 2 baubles, and a wolf's blood trinket. Alright, so we saw this in the inn and didn't buy it because you get these bad trinkets offered to you a lot. We'll just take it. I could have stalled right there and tried to get Audrey the kill shot, but the chances weren't great that she would get to go again before him, and because the blight would have just killed him anyway, and that blight was from Paracelsus. So we're bashing through as many of these things as we can, and looks like we found an assistance encounter. Oh, it's an academics cache.
With purpose.
So this is another location. There are many other locations to visit. In time, you'll learn the advantages of each. I saw the torchlight and just thought assistance, but no, look at this. These are amazing. Click on this.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
So check out what we get. So this is from our benefactor. So somebody is like financing or helping out our mission. You just get relics, baubles, medicinal herbs, which are, fantastic, 4 of them, an inn item, a stagecoach item, and a trinket, like all for free. This is luxury gear for the stagecoach. Random hero gets, every location gets -1 stress. This is ridiculous. I can't wait to get this on there. Just a de-stressor. Really fantastic. Take everything there. Remember, we can't put that on until we get to the Wainwright. You can push M to just check out where you are on the map. Here's where we are. There should be nothing until we get to the Hoarder and the Candle. So Paracelsus apparently got stressed out by that. You can tell when that happens because there will be like a blue or gold dialogue bubble that comes up. And blue means negative reaction, gold means like positive reaction. Just gives you a visual sense of like how people are responding. And there's nothing you can do about that. It's random. So I don't know, I don't worry about it. Too quiet. Oops, we missed that. Here, hit that. There is a display when you crash through something. Darn, we missed it again. That tells you what you got. Here we go. Here's the Hoarder. We got the candle up there. The Hoarder carries a wide variety. It's basically a portable store. Some can only be found here. And as they say, some of these items you can't buy at the inn. So that's cool. What do we want? You will recognize this guy as, I believe, the groundskeeper or the caretaker from the previous game. And look, he's got a painting, which is the portraits for one of the currency types from the first game. And there's one of the marble busts up there as well, the statues. So he's just been stealing from our estate, presumably, and is trying to sell them back to us for money. So how charming is that? Do we want to buy any of this? Does any of this look good? That's not bad. I'm looking at the list here, and let's see what inn items they have. Calming Incense is pretty good. Now, you do have to manage. I'm at 12 out of 20 inventory, so I don't want this to fill up. I'll buy the incense. This just gives 2 targets -2 stress, just in case that's an issue. Okay. I'm fine with that. Thanks, buddy. And we will leave. You gotta click that in the upper left corner. Info view. Hold Alt while driving to see the flame level, buffs, debuff, and loathing effects. So right now, we have only one, like the loathing abates. We're in denial. We don't have any negative effects that are too bad right now. And we're heading up to the hero shrine. Something unknown is going to happen right here. Our flame is at 82. Okay, and we're breaking through debris. Oh, she didn't like that. Just leave me by the roadside, she says. Ouch. Okay. And we find a battle. That's what we found. That's actually fine. It's actually fine. Okay. So, woodsman, widow, and urchin. No pillagers here for us. Alright, so in that case, poison dart on the woodsman. I want to take this guy out as fast as possible. Now, I am going to use a Glimmer of Hope. You can see we're at 82. This will boost us up. And you have to click it, and then just click yourself. And then it boosts our flame. And we just need to use it one more time to get that. I'm going to do Noxious Blast right here. Crit. So now this guy's taking 10 damage for 5 turns, which is ridiculous. He has used an ability which gave himself stealth and crit. So we can't hit him, and now he's going to do, 100% crit on his next attack. So he's really annoying in that way, but I still want to try to take down this guy. I'm going to duelist advance, and I'm going to just pop that guy. Oh, she grabbed Audrey. Oh, and stunned Audrey. That's the shame. All right, I'm going to try to rampart the big boy. He did not move or get stunned, sadly. All right, and he took a swing at Barristan, but remember we have guards, so it was only half damage. I'm going to... I actually don't need to necessarily duelist advanced again because I still have everything. So I could just... I'm going to go ahead and Wicked Slice this guy. Alright, so he's in horrible shape. Not dead, though. There you go. So he tried to do Haunting Melody against Dismiss, but Dismiss dodged and crit right back. And he's got the combo ability. So we want to look for something that will trigger with combo. And what will trigger with combo is Rampart. We could try to stun him, or he's dead. Or that. Alright. And it's hard to target her. She's so far back there, but we can blind both of them in the back. This guy, by the way, it's worth mentioning, the woodsman is so big, he takes up 2 positions. So he's position 3 and 4. Well, he's positions 2 and 3, I should say. See how big his body is? It takes up 2 spots. And now I can just kind of shoot her. And we got the combo which dazed her from the shot. I'm going to poison dart her. She does not have good blight resistance, so...
Malaise, measured and steady.
In this point, I could use the Glimmer of Hope if I wanted to, but... I'm just going to Ounce of Prevention on the whole party. Just give everybody this buff of a resistance buff. Just something to do. Apparently, Paracelsus got spooked out. And I'll just try to clear these remains. There we go. So we can move her closer. She's going to act. She's been dazed. She takes blight damage. And she makes a grab again against Audrey. Oh, and she got stunned again. She's having a great day with that desperate grab. Alright, so Paracelsus is... unfortunately taking some damage. Go ahead and blind. And we'll pistol shot. It's over.
The work continues.
It does continue.
An unexpected find.
So we got some baubles and some relics. Nothing great, but we finished. Nobody was seriously injured, and the party is back in the correct order. By the way, some interesting information is on the bottom right of the screen. It tells you how far you are to the inn, 42 leagues, and how many regions you've visited. So we've done 2 out of 3. That can be, somewhat helpful to tell us how far away we are from the inn, but we see the inn over here anyway. And we're about to get into... no, we just got into a fight, and we're going to the hero shrine. Here we go. Bush through this. And smack that. And get that. And hey, look. Dismas had a positive reaction. And here's the hero shrine.
By confronting the past, we learn to face the future.
Sure. Okay, so at the hero shrine, it tells you right here, shrines are where heroes can revisit their memories, and by confronting their past, they unlock new skills. At each shrine, you have to choose one of your heroes to advance the story. If it's completed successfully, you get a new skill, and these are permanent unlocks. So unlike the mastery points, and some of the consumables, a lot of the stuff that you collect along the way, these are permanent and go with your permanent progression like the Candles of Hope. The key, though, is that you have to do these successfully, and sometimes they're like a puzzle or it's a strange battle that you have to understand the sequencing of to get it correct to do it. But usually, they're not horrible. Sometimes you'll have to repeat it. Don't worry, you'll just learn it and then do it next time. Now, your choice is which one of these heroes you want to upgrade. My favorite is Dismas because of his power, and there are some abilities of Dismas that I missed from the first game that I want. So I'm going to do Dismas. I like doing him first, but you can do whomever you wish.
Highwayman. Chapter 1. Freedom.
All right, freedom. Let's learn his story. Defeat the guards to escape.
A fleeting chance to escape incarceration.
So we got to fight these 4 jailers, and we have a stack of dodge. We have a lunging cuff, which we can do, which will move us forward. There are these blocks right here, and we can put block on ourselves and put combo. Now, that being said, we can also just stand back here and throw missiles from behind us, and if they can't reach us, then maybe this will be advantageous. So let's just start throwing and kill this guy up front by throwing stuff at him and see if this will help us. Okay, we dodged. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I misread this. I was wondering why I didn't do any damage. Because this doesn't do damage. This puts dodge on you, so you got to read more carefully. Don't be like me. What this does is this removes this ability that they have, which is this kind of like trumpet thing. And I don't even see it on this list, so we're going to have to look at them to find what that special ability is. It might just be a unique ability that they only get in this encounter. So instead, I'm going to just lunging cuff, and I'm going to just... how many hit points does he have? 13. Even with a crit, I couldn't kill this guy, but I'll try to get this guy. Alright, we put combo on him. Alright, we did not dodge, and we got hit. And he's inhaling. So this inhale gives him... He's ready to sound the unavoidable alarm. So I think we have to... oops. Oh, I can't do it because I'm this close. So we need to do knee strike on this guy. It'll combo him. And we get 1. But the unavoidable alarm is going to happen, which is not good. It will bring trouble. But I'm out of position to do this, so the only way that I can deal with it is to try and move Dismas or try and attack that guy, but he's too far back. So I can move, back here, but he's going to get to use his horn. So let's see how bad this is. He stressed me out. So what he did was he stressed me out right there. And so now we know what happens when he plays the horn, is that we get stressed. So in the meantime, we're going to just move up, punch that guy in the face. And he's inhaling in the back. But this is the guy that we hit before. Unfortunately, he moves so far back that we can't actually reach him. So I want to, punch or do something, but he's now back there. So we need to move back so that we can throw a stone at the guy and disrupt his alarm. And you have to take this slow. Dismas has a lot of health, actually, so you can kind of stand in for this a bit. We're going to throw this here, and he lost his horn. We dodged because we have all of this dodge on us, and I need to lunge. I'd love to be able to hit this guy, but he's just too far back, so I can't. Great, we dodged. Ow, that guy crit us, but we did block a little bit of it. All right, great. Now he moved up to the front, so we can start comboing. Try to finish that guy. He's gone. So he's going to try to blow his horn, but now he's in the third position, so we can actually hit him with this and try to pray that we kill him, and I think it's okay. We're not in a position where stress is a problem, so I'm just going to lunging cuff at this guy, and he's almost gone. So we took half damage, and we do get to go before him. And I can't do my combo, which stinks because he's in the third position, but we can finish him off. And you see here, when that bar is split into two, Dismas actually gets 2 rounds per turn. Now this guy is going to, stress us out, which is annoying, but our stress is fine. It's at 3, so let's just punch this guy. We can't hit him with this, sadly, and we don't have time to move back and throw a stone. So I'm just going to keep lunging cuff at this guy. Alright, and then all I can do is just this because of where he's at. We'll get him eventually. Now he's up close enough that we can actually finally do our knee strike, but it doesn't matter. But we win. So, it was just a little bit of a trick, just learning what does that do, when do you need to use each ability, and that's...
Be a fugitive, a hunted man, but a free one nonetheless.
That stress, however, apparently it's going to carry with us. So heroes begin with 0 stress, but they gain it, and if it goes too high, here it says right here, as stress mounts, they will become irate, and their chances for negative affinity relationships increases. So you want to keep this low so everyone's getting along. And then if it fills all the way up, you suffer a meltdown, which means they suffer an immediate affinity loss with all other heroes, and then their hero's hit points drops to low. So, as it says here, an ill-timed meltdown can end an expedition. It can. It's terrible. You don't want it. But the point-blank shot is tremendous, and we get a mastery point. So what you're going to do, and that's kind of indicative of all of these, is you're going to get a set of abilities, and there's going to be a certain party configuration, and it's kind of like a puzzle, just what do you need to do to win this, and if you figure it out, there really isn't RNG or anything. You're just going to beat it and get your ability. So we got the point-blank shot, which is one of my favorite abilities, and now we have it, and we say onward. If you like this ability, notice that okay, good. The stress, they were explaining stress in that scenario from the past, but you see his stress is 0. It does not carry out of that situation, that memory. So that's phenomenal. Now, if I go to Dismas, if I right-click on him and I go to combat skills, point-blank shot is right here. So I can actually, if I want, like for example, I don't want, tracking shot, I can left-click on that and then left-click on point-blank shot and turn it on. So you can left-click at any time to turn something off and then toggle these when you're not in combat to get the ability that you want. Are there trinkets that we want here? I forgot we got this unwavering standard. I like this a lot. This just basically gives each hero on combat start a 33% chance to gain defense or block, and that stacks with your lantern, so you can get like 2 stacks of it, I believe. You just don't want to have someone get... It says if you miss, if you're first in the turn order, you get weakened, but Barristan never goes first because he's so slow. You can see his base speed is 2, so I'm going to give the unwavering standard to Barristan so he has a chance to boost us all up. And then, do I want anybody to have this? I'm okay. I really don't like taking the health hit. So I'm just going to push escape, and we're going to go forward. We can look on the map where we are. We are right here. We're going to take a rough patch on the wheels, which is unfortunate, but there isn't anything we can do. Oh, we're going to get to a study. Okay, that's cool. Just try to hit as many of these as you can. Here's the rough patch right here. It's unavoidable. And it says right here, rough roots. During a rough patch, you'll take 1 point of wheel damage. If there's no wheel points to deduct, then the party will be ambushed and an urgent repair battle will ensue. Urgent repair battles are rather annoying. You want to avoid them. It's just a fight, but then during the fight, randomly one of your people will have to lose a turn to go fix the wagon. So it's annoying.
Evokes a feeling of the familiar, does it not?
So we're going to go in the study, and it's a choice. Some people will want to go into this basement and see what's here, and other people will not. So the grave robber is let's go in. And actually, in this case, everybody wants it. So Paracelsus wants it, and Audrey wants it. But you want to look at what's the reward. So remember, you hold Alt. So if we do Audrey's option, Paracelsus's affiliation with Audrey will increase. We'll get food and a trinket. If we do it with Paracelsus, Audrey's relationship with Paracelsus will go up, and we'll get food and a positive quirk. I'd rather have this one. So I'm going to do the chance for a positive quirk and +1 relationship, and we got Breacher. We also got a -1.
Wealth is worthless without purpose.
So the academic study, it says they're deserted laboratories. The weird items and other boons are available within. So we got this weird item, which is an inn item, tinned delicacies, and it's fantastic. Look at this. It gives you 30% max health until the next inn and a bunch of boosts to resists. So we take that and we can use it next in. However, let's go to Paracelsus. She did get tagged with necrophobic, which means fear of cadavers and symbols of death. Gain on hit. So if she hits a corpse, she gets +1 stress. So just don't do that. But we got Breacher, which means, oh, this is terrible. That is unfortunate. This is a positive quirk, but it's a really strange one for Paracelsus to get. So she's going to move forward to the front position, gain 2 stacks of taunt, gain 2 stacks of strength, and gain 2 stacks of block plus. So she'll take 75% damage from a couple of hits. And we're going to be doing this attack, which is up at the front, a lot until we get to move her back. So this is less than favorable to get this, and it's going to mess us up, but we'll see if we can make it good somehow.
When deliberation is exhausted,
we want to go to the left to the hoarder.
your instinct.
So everybody was stressed except for Dismas about that, but we want the hoarder all day.
The madman's scrounging has borne fruit.
All right. Okay. Now in this case, Paracelsus is up at the front. We're fighting pillagers, so we want to get Audrey on this. The flame is low enough that Paracelsus can use the Glimmer of Hope to get to finish her hero objective, and then let's go ahead and do this. So Poison Dart. I want to kill the Firemouth. I hate the Firemouth. She's not a pillager, but she's got to go. All right, so we can Incision. Let's go ahead and first do a Glimmer of Hope, though. We did it. And then we can Incision right here. I don't want to hit the dog because it has a 50% dodge chance. Or I could move. But instead of moving, I'm going to actually move Dismas and Barristan forward, and that should put Paracelsus in the right position. There we go. We put the bleed on. So the low blow happened. We got a bleed. and combo, but we have all of this block happening, and, you know, the 50% attack bonus is great. All right, I'm going to duelist advance right here to move forward. All right, Dismiss dodged and retaliated. Tremendous. And this is why I hate that, but it's going to be okay. Actually, I'm going to just use the burn salve immediately to heal Audrey so she doesn't take the damage over time. And then I'm going to rampart up. This pillager will not die yet, necessarily, so I want to do that. There. Watchdog. So this means that the dog is actually... the mongrel is guarding. So what this means is if I try to attack the pillager crackshot, the mongrel will take the attack instead. So I'm going to do incision. And I'm going to try to hit the dog. The dog is, of course, going to dodge, but we just had to do that. And then I'm going to bandage Paracelsus.
Small foundation of trust.
And I'm going to... this Firemouth Pillager should die. By the way, it's a Pillager type, so we'll see if that'll trigger Audrey. The Pillager isn't in her name, but even the Mongrel has Pillager. So these are all Pillager types, so let's hope that works. I'm going to Duelist Advance, and I'm going to do this. It'll hit the dog, who uses a dodge, but that's fine. And I'm going to Poison Dart this dude. Almost got him. Great. Death Blow. Let's see if that worked. I'm going to right-click on her, and yep, she got it. So that damage over time triggered her hero goal. We got 2 candles from that. By the way, Paracelsus, Glimmer of Hope, Tangle. All we need is one more Hoarder, I believe. And we get that. Alright, so now all that's left is this dog. I'm just going to rampart it. And we dazed it, which is cool. Although it was last to act, so anyway. Incision right here.
Malaise, measured and steady.
It's over. Now at this point, when you know you're going to win, you can attack to just try to win the fight, or if you have any healing things that you want to do, like bolstering or something like that, you can do that, but we don't need that on anyone. Now, I might have to just do hold the line right here in the future to make sure we get Paracelsus out of the way, because just moving forward one doesn't do it, because all that's going to happen is Dismiss and Barristan are going to trade places with each other, but not get to that first position. Alright. Got the hero goal there, and we are right here. We're going to hit the second Hoarder and finish all hero goals. How about that? Let's break as many of these as we can. I'm going to dismiss this, and... I don't need that up here. I'm going to go over here, take that. Oh boy. I'm out of control. Oh, here he is. We got a candle, and we found a quarter. And is there anything that we want to buy? Let's take a look at the trinkets. Heartseeker is actually quite good. A boost to crit. Minor Hail Draft gives you a bunch of health at the expensive crit. It's not bad. This is 10% damage, but acting slower. It's also not bad. I'm going to save my baubles, though. I am, however, in this spot, going to purchase some in items. I do like playing cards, and so we'll try to use these next time. And anything else that we want? Bear trap's pretty good. I'm going to keep all my money and just say thanks very much. And loathing. So this is the explanation I was talking about. Evil is overtaking the world as shown by loathing. Higher loathing results in tougher conditions for the party. Loathing increases when traveling on Oblivion tier routes and when crossing these blue locations. You can reduce loathing by winning fights at special locations. Road battles don't count. Choose resist, lair, or Oblivion's ingress locations to keep your loathing in check. So if your loathing starts to build up, then you're going to want to target resist, lair, or Oblivion's ingress locations. Right now, our... Okay, so that hero goal is completed. We did get a boost to our loathing, and now you can mouse over this and see we're getting 10% flame drain and 20% enemy advantage chance when we start battle, which is annoying. So the loathing is whispering, as they say. And we're just going to go forward, try to hit as many of these as we can. And there it goes. So I'm going to look at the map. We got the loathing up, and Oblivion tiers or tears. Driving through an Oblivion tear will increase loathing by 1 point. It's a tear. Okay. So now we are up here, and we have a bigger boost to flame drain, which our lantern counteracts, and the enemy advantage chance. So, you know, wah, wah, wah. All right, and...
Place of research and inquiry. A monument to a once prestigious career.
Prestigious indeed. Academic study. That's great. All right, so what do we want? Well, both of these people want to go there, and it's either a trinket or a combat item. Let's go ahead and get that trinket. Cadaver fearing. Unfortunately, we got a negative quirk.
An artifact of unparalleled power.
This gives you 10% damage per positive token and 10% damage per negative token. So tokens are buffs and debuffs. So it's like for every positive buff you've got, you do more damage, but you take more whenever you're debuffed. Wow, that's a interesting consideration. All right, there's a battle here. No problem. What if it's all for nothing? That's a grim thought. Get that thought out of your mind. All right. You know, we should give it to Paracelsus, because Paracelsus starts with 3 and 1, so this would be like you take 10% more damage, but you do 30% more plus your strength to do 80% more. Pretty sick. All right. In this case, we're going to poison dart, and we're going to go for the Widow because she stuns people. Battle advantages. In some battles, the entire party will benefit from a battle advantage. When present, you'll see the advantage icon in the top left of the screen. Low flame makes battle advantages more likely, so beware. So the enemy's got the advantage because of our loathing, probably, and this means that they are hail, so they have like greater resistances than normal. Okay. How about that? And I'm going to go ahead and use hold the line right here and just bring up Barristan to the front. Oh, look. +1 relationship gain. Little stress, but not bad. Tactical Thinker. What is Tactical Thinker? It means, 5% crit, and at the round start, there's a 15% chance that he just gets this, like, 75% dodge. That's quite strong. All right, I'm going to duelist advance right here. Just try to take this guy down. And she should be able to kill it just with a thrown dagger. She got it. Take a shot to the face. And this will do it.
A petty hindrance.
It's not petty. That was awesome. Take it all. Heck yeah. Alright. So Paracelsus is getting a little stressed, but only 3 pips. That's not bad. We got 2 relics right there. It'll pop up in the upper right if you do get something from one of these pieces of debris. And here comes the tentacles I told you. Cultists. Cultists emanate from the great evil at the mountain. They appear at Oblivion's ingress and Oblivion's rampart locations. The last location before an inn is always a rampart. They're always a tough fight, but the rewards are equally valuable. Okay, so here we go. This is kind of like our mini-boss. And yikes. Always interesting. Okay, they did not start with an advantage, thankfully. So here's what we want to do. You want to take out the altar and the herald if you can, but these also need to go because they do a ton of damage. So it's a bad spot to be in. I'm going to go ahead and just do this right here. They'll take half damage, but we did put the bleed on. All right. Let's see. I'm going to poison dart the altar. That was a good crit. Stressing out right here. But remember, if her stress gets her 5 or above, we have Barristan's bolster ability to help with that. I am going to... I'm going to hold the line and just move up. Alright, hit both of us. That's fine. We resisted the bleed, which is even better. I'm going to duelist advance. I'm going to just focus on this. We've already got some good damage here. Let's try to take it down. Alright, so they do this Nocturne Commune, and this means that they've pumped up, and they've become stealth. They are going to crit, and they are blocking. So it's really annoying. That is putting a heal on. Luckily, they put the heal on the wrong enemy. Okay, that was very fortunate. So this enemy had a 100% crit chance and got to go before we got to go, which was diabolical, but Dismas dodged their critical strike and then retaliated. So we got out of that really well. They have 4 hit points. All right, so what we want to do right here is just try and finish this off. You could see, though, look, they have... I'm going to hold Alt to go on this. This Evangelist does have death resistance, so can go to death's door instead of dying, which is unbelievably annoying. I'm going to poison dart right here. I want to finish this thing off as soon as possible. And I'm actually going to pistol shot. And this has a chance to die then on its turn. This should die on its turn, but we're not guaranteed of that. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to Blinding Gas because these guys don't actually attack. They buff, so blinding doesn't really help me. I'm going to Noxious Blast right here. There we go. I just want to lock that in. Guarantee that that thing dies. Alright, so, ouch. But Barristan blocked that pretty well. Oh, I thought it was going to die. I miscalculated how many hit points this thing had left. Oh well, we did our best to try that. And we're doing actually pretty well. So at this point, I'm going to Rampart, and I'm just going to try to hit right here and daze this enemy. It resisted that, the move, but it did get dazed. I'm going to Duelist Advance right here. I'm going to focus on this. This thing now should finally die, eventually. And I'm going to Poison Dart right here. Try to put Blight on. Oh, we got it on. That's great. Alright, that's some damage. It's unfortunate. Alright, now, Paracelsus is getting really stressed. It's okay, though. I'm going to go ahead and Noxious Blast right here. Just see if we can kill this thing. Alright. And Paracelsus. We don't need to battlefield medicine anyone. I'm just going to Noxious Blast on... right here again. Let's just lock this. Try to lock this in. And a Poison Dart right here. Oh, I can't. Stealth. Okay. I'm going to throw a dagger here. Just try to kill. Got it. Okay, great.
One less obstacle in our path.
Okay, annoying. And point-blank shot time. Bam. Now, we hit it hard. It went to death's door, but the Blight should finish it. This is time for Bolster. By the way, I'm going to heal the fire right there with the Burn Salve. Then I'm going to Bolster right here. You'll see that she reduces the stress. Enemy dies from the Blight, and now it's just us and this enemy. Disharmony, that's annoying. Alright, here we go. So Dismas has bandages. Let's go ahead and bandage up. I'm not going to bandage right here, because I'll show you in a moment, but I'll bandage right there, that's fine.
This wound at least has been tended to.
Pistol shot. And Noxious Blast does not reach. Neither does Incision. But I'm going to go ahead and Battlefield Medicine on myself. So this will heal Paracelsus and remove both burning and bleeding. And then let me crush, because it hits the third position right there. Almost got it. Poison Dart. Okay, it's over. And let's see. I'll just Ounce of Prevention. Buff everybody up. Thrown Dagger. Got it.
Another impediment. Cleared with impunity.
Impunity. So what do we get? We got 25 Flame. We got a Mastery. We also got an Unforgettable Trinket. And we have a Stained item that you kind of combo with the Unforgettable Trinket. If you equip this to gain Blight Resist, but if you're blighted, you gain stress at the beginning of the turn, you can then equip this and gain 50% damage at the exchange of 33% of your health. So, pretty swingy, but cool. Take that. And now, we cleared that. Travel healing. As the stagecoach drives, you'll slowly heal hit points. We talked about this. If they're badly wounded, try to avoid locations and drive to, full inventory. If the stagecoach inventory becomes full, you may wish to discard less important items. Drag the item off the inventory window or shift left click to get rid of it. And they cannot be sold anywhere, so throw away what you don't need. So you can't sell your stuff. So look at our inventory, and it's not full, but it's close. Now, if you look at the map, here we are. We're going to get to the inn. So we don't have to worry about anything. Let's just drive around wildly, smashing into things. And, oh, look, we got some herbs and we got some whiskey. Remember, our still has a chance to generate whiskey for us.
The place is
all right.
A little worse for wear, but familiar nonetheless.
So this is like a recap. This is your travel log. It tells you we got 8 candles for reaching this. We completed the no time to bleed requirement. We got a bunch of quirks. And we completed all our objectives. We say continue. And so we get the candles here. Take 3. So we are rolling in candles, which is amazing. And now it's time for us to kind of like do our in activities, spend our mastery points, use our in items that we want to use, try to heal people up if they're not at full, try to reduce stress on people who still have stress, and make a choice on where we're going to want to go next. And we'll get into that next time. Everyone, I think this is a good place to end this second episode. We covered a lot of content, did a lot of stuff, but we're really learning the game now, doing almost all of what the game has to offer in terms of making decisions about battlefield locations and getting into the full breadth of what is going on in Darkest Dungeon 2. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. I hope you're finding this series to be helpful. Let me know if you want to see more of it. Thanks again for watching. Take care.